Hey guys, welcome to Taste Space tonight. I'm going to be making some seafood scampi tonight. I have all of my mise en place already done, except for the main event. For most of you, not so much for me. I'm not really big on lobster, but I do eat it. I had some lobster in Fort Lauderdale when I was in school. I took a bunch of friends to a fondue restaurant, I can't remember, Melting Pot. And they served lobster there, and it actually had sand in it, in the tail. And it kind of messed me up. I told you guys before I have texture issues, so sand in the lobster tail kind of screwed me up from really enjoying lobster probably as much as everybody else does. But and I don't know why it was the sand that really messed me up, but it was sand. It was in the lobster tail and I couldn't shake it really. So I do eat lobster, I just don't enjoy it as much as I probably did before the sand was in that lobster tail. But either way, I'm going to be making seafood scampi tonight, and we'll see if I can regain my love for lobster tonight. But anyway, I've gotten all of my mise en place already ready, and I just have to get ready to fabricate my lobster, and then pretty much after that gonna stuff them, and I'm gonna put them in the oven. So I got some stuffing that I kind of pre-made in the microwave. I found some old boxes of like home top stuffing, and I'm going to
motion at your Ring video doorbell
in the microwave along. I put the home top stuffing in the microwave, and then I'm just going to go ahead and stuff my lobster tail with it. I add a little Old Bay to it, and then I'm going to sear it in the pan for a little while. And then you're going to see me serve that alongside my angel hair pasta and the rest of the ingredients in the seafood scampi. You guys go ahead and give me some hearts and some likes, and I'm going to get started. My pans are kind of heating up right now. Hopefully they're a little closer to being heated than not. So when I first start my scampi, I'm going to start with a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. Not to be all, you know, special or whatever, but you do want to keep kind of an authentic angle to what it is you're making. So you more or less start with, you know, things that more than likely will be in scampi. So I'm going to start by heating my extra virgin olive oil. And I'll be linking the recipe in TasteSpace after I get done. You guys go ahead and share this video. Let everybody know that I am on. And so let me tell you a little story about me and lobster, or fish, seafood. I am incredibly terrified of fish, and it's crazy because I'm going on a fishing trip in a couple of weeks. But I am terrified of fish because my mother used to clean a lot of fish when I was a kid, and she had like some garbage fish, and she had gutted it and everything, and she chopped the fin off, and when she chopped the fin off, it flew up in the air and went right down my shirt. When the fin went down my shirt, I had a heart attack. Like, I was going crazy. And so ever since then, even before then, I was scared of fish already. But I think I would have worked it out a little you know, earlier had that not happened to me next. So yeah, the fin kind of went down my shirt, freaked me out. And so ever since then I've been like terrified of fish, seafood, everything. And then I don't, you know, really like to mess with things that have a head on them either. And fish, you know, when you're fabricating it or whatnot, it comes with the head on it. So I kind of worked it out. I'm a little bit better. I like to say a lot bit better, but probably just a little bit better. But anyway, I'm going to get ready to start fabricating Dave. Dave is the lobster that I bought yesterday from Wegmans. And somebody may be thinking, is Dave alive? Dave is alive. He made it. The thing about seafood is you want to buy seafood living so that you know it was living at least when you bought it in the first place. So Dave is alive. He's doing pretty good. Dave was very feisty yesterday, and I'm imagining he's not too much better today. Actually, last night when my wife came home, she said Dave was kind of like swinging at her when she opened up the refrigerator, and I can imagine he was, because Dave is kind of like about to start the shenanigans even right now. So everybody, this is Dave. Dave. And Dave is doing pretty well. Dave was actually pretty happy. Dave was like a pound and a quarter. I got Dave from Wegmans, who has a pretty good sale right now on Dave's. Yeah, see, Dave is, I don't know if you guys can see Dave moving around. Let me see here. So, Dave is doing pretty good. Oh, okay. You going somewhere? All right. Dave is kind of like spreading his wings right now. I guess he's going to take off, or probably, I think he's reaching back to kind of grab at me. If he didn't have his rubber bands on, he probably would get me pretty good. But never done this before, but I'm going to stab Dave right in the head, stab him in the brain, and hopefully that's going to give him like a peaceable death. That's what I'm aiming for here. I don't really know, but that's what I'm going for, okay? I'm going to give him a peaceable death. I'm going to chop him in half. I'm going to stuff Dave, and then I'm going to begin to sear Dave in some butter, okay? So I'm going to stick them right back here. So there's like a section right behind his head. I don't know if you guys can really see that very well, but there's a section right behind Dave's head where I'm going to stick them with this skewer. And I wish I had like the correct terminology for what this part of his body is, maybe like the thorax or something. I don't know. If this was a human, this would be Dave's front part. So this will make it his rib cage and his thoracic cavity and all of that. But being that Dave is not a person, I really, you know, I don't really know what to call all these parts. But if he was a human, again, this would be the back of him, and this would be like his lumbar. Or maybe like this is the top of his head, so this would still be kind of his thorax cavity. But anyway, I'm about to stick Dave right up in there. And I kind of feel bad for him. You know, when I told the kids I was going to stab Dave, they ain't feel too good about that. But then, you know, again, he did stay the whole night in the refrigerator, so it's kind of like, you don't want me to stab him in the head, but y'all don't have a problem with him being in the refrigerator all night long. You know, kind of a double standard. But anyway, so I'm going to stick this in here, and hopefully this is like the most humane way. Okay, so I'm in there, and okay, maybe I ain't sticking good enough. I'm in there, and Dave don't seem like Dave ain't really going down the way I think he was going to go down. Okay. Uh-oh. Well, some fluid coming out. So, something happening. I'm sorry, Dave. It's for a good cause, though. It's some fluid come out. So, something is happening in there. Dave, I promise it's for a good cause. Don't you cry. So, I done stuck them. And, Dave is kind of yet alive. But anyway, at this point, I'm going to stab Dave right through the head and just come on down. And then I'm going to rinse it out. Okay? Let me turn him this way. Oh, Dave, don't move. Because then I thought you was going to be dead. And then that was going to make me feel a lot better. But, you know, you kind of all right, Dave. Come on. Oh, Dave, I'm hurting you, ain't I? This is kind of crazy, you guys. I guess if you buy a lobster, just pop them kind of in the boiling water. Because this is not what I thought it was going to be. I thought Dave was just going to go on down and okay. I done stabbed him up pretty good. But come on, Dave. Work with me here. Just go on and give up. Come on. Stop wiggling that leg. Just go on and give up the ghost. Alright. Dave is gone, y'all. He gone. He done went on. I mean, so if you are on live right now, you just witnessed the transition of a lobster. I don't know if he was a great creature. I don't know what people in his family would say about him, but he gone. He gone. Bottom line, he ain't here no more. Okay. He trying to fight on just a little bit, but Dave is gone. All right. Dave is gone. So I'm gonna kind of let me see if I got another knife that might be a little bit better suited for this crushing action I need. Dave is gonna serve a purpose, though. He gonna be a blessing to me. He gonna be a blessing to me. He serving a great purpose. Right, Dave. But Dave is he gave his life for a notable purpose. His death was not in vain. Okay? Don't y'all be sad. Okay? Oh, Dave, you still moving. Dave, cut it out. Okay? Cut it out, Dave. So I done chopped him in the head. I'm going to come on down to the tail and cut that in half. Okay. So it's all kind of little nasty, gooky stuff in here that some people eat. I'm not going to eat it. I'm not going to do it. Y'all can do it, but I ain't going to do it. Okay? So actually right now I'm getting ready to rinse Dave out. I'm going to rinse Dave out. And Dave was kind of still moving in the sink. He a fighter. He said I ain't going down without a fight, but Dave, all good things must come to an end. It's alright, you serve your purpose. Just go on ahead. Don't nobody think you lost. Dave is a winner in my book. I mean, he's still fighting, y'all. I don't know where his brain at located in his body. But, Dave ain't trying to go. I'm trying to, believe it or not, I I don't want Dave's eyes to be a part of his body, because I don't think he should have to see himself like this. But anyway, you guys. Hold on. A little bit more of this weird stuff in there. So this is half of Dave right here. Half of them. You see that? That's half of Dave. Dave is half at this point. He's not fighting no more, but up until a minute ago, he was still, he said, I ain't going down like that, but he finally gave it up. Praise God. Clean up the other side of him. Now this side, Dave ain't, he ain't fighting too much on this side of his body. That other side though, Dave said I ain't going down without a fight. Alright. So I'm actually going to put Dave on the cutting board because I'm going to stuff him. I'm going to stuff Dave with his stovetop stuffing. Okay? While I'm getting ready to stuff him, I'm going to rinse off my cutting board because all that Dave was is on the inside on my cutting board. And I just can't move on like that. So surprisingly, lobsters don't have blood. Many crustaceans don't. They have a fluid that is similar to, I guess, blood, but they don't have blood. Which for me, in this case, is a good thing because then I would probably feel a little worse. Funny, because I was just telling the people at my job I wanted to be, oh, okay, still got a little twitching, little action going on here. But anyway, I was just telling the people at my job how I wanted to get into the business of, harvesting organs. But after what I just went through with Dave, I don't know if that really would work out right for me. Y'all pray. Dave done traumatized me, I think. Let me take these off of him. Got Dave rubber bands. He could have fought back had he had them on. But I had them. But anyway, there's a little twitch going on Dave got going on here. Hey, Lady Tanel. Appreciate anybody and everybody who's willing to watch TasteSpace. I think we'll go far if we all band together and try to learn from one another. Help me support the page. Like and share, like and share, like and share. So I'm just putting this stovetop in Dave's body. Okay. And Dave is yet twitching. So pretty much at this point what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some butter in my pan. turn your attention towards this cooking. So I got my butter in my pan here, and I'm kind of just letting that melt just a little bit before I begin to add these lobsters. And then what I'm going to do is put them in with cavity side down. Okay? Cavity side down in that butter. I'm using salted butter here because I want my butter to be my source of seasoning. Okay. Okay. So I have Dave in the pan. He's down in the pan. Okay. Add one more butter just to be certain that we got enough going on here, okay? So next thing I'm going to begin to do is I'm going to begin to render my garlic here. I have chopped up garlic. That's going to go in my pan. Now this is going in my olive oil pan. So while I'm preparing Dave, I'm getting my aromatics in the pan. I had some shallot that I had sliced. Shallot is a French type of onion, and it's a little small. They're purple, and they're very, very sweet. I don't know if you guys can see this, but Dave is moving a little bit. He said he got a fight. Dave is just feisty. He feisty. I don't know if y'all can see him, but at this moment he ain't doing too much, but he was just switching around a little bit. So while Dave is in there with the butter, I'm going to pop it. Oh, you see him? See his little arm trying to go? Look at that. See him? He's trying to... Oh, Dave said he getting up. Dave said he ain't staying in here. Alright. So I'm going to pop Dave in the oven. And let Dave go on in the oven. While Dave is in the oven, I'm going to soften my shallots and my garlic. So shallots, as I was saying, is a little milder than onions, and they have a very sweet flavor. Just awesome. Just awesome. I really enjoy shallots. I love onions, so, you know, shallots aren't far behind. So I'm adding some pepper to that. I'm also going to add some salt. Anytime you're trying to like soften something or really get the flavors going, you want to add salt to it. You see what you guys are saying. So I got my shallots and garlic going right now. Next thing I'm going to add is I'm going to begin to add my shrimp. No, sorry. I'm going to begin to add my clams. And the reason why is because clams are going to take quite a bit of time to actually open up. And so you want to throw them in kind of early because you know they're going to need that extra bit at a time. And so you're going to put those in and let them go. I'm not really looking for them to open as much as I am just looking for them to kind of get acquainted with the pan and start up. I did just rinse them off. So you don't actually need liquid to get your clams going. When the pan gets hot enough and their shells get hot enough, the shells kind of act as an oven. And when those shells get hot enough, they'll just open up on their own. So I added my clams to the mix. And I have my clams are in the shell because it helps for the presentation. Most people get clams in a can or, you know, however else they come. And they really lose the sight that clams are actually shellfish. They're mollusks. So when you put the clams in the clam shell, it just brings a different type of ambiance to your dish. It really brings home the fact that you are eating food from the sea versus food from a can. Try it out. Don't move, everybody. But I found that it is quite impressive. So at this point, I'm going to add my shrimp. Now let me tell you. So these are the colossal shrimp at Walmart. So a little bit of shell still on that one. These are the colossal shrimp at Walmart. These shrimp are probably about 16 to 20 a pound. And so you don't get as many because they're a lot bigger. Okay? So I'm adding those in there. Not doing too much seasoning on my seafood because I've already kind of seasoned my shallots and whatnot. So I don't want to go crazy with seasoning at this point because all of this is going to work together to create a sauce. Okay. I have all my shrimp in there. And I'm going to try to get that up going and get my shrimp cooked up just a little bit. As you can see, my shrimp is kind of already turning pink. And that's what you want. My clams haven't even begun to open. They're still pretty much, well actually, they are kind of beginning. And anyone that, you know, if all your clams are open by the time you get done cooking this dish, and you have a few that have not opened yet, you just want to discard those because that means that they were actually dead or duds and they weren't actually alive. So what I have right here is just some white wine. Now this is actually white cooking wine from Wegmans. I do recommend that you actually get cooking wine. Or real wine, shall I say. I do recommend that you get real wine. Real wine, real white wine, the difference between that and cooking wine is oftentimes cooking wine has added sodium to it. I got it because I was already at Wegmans and I kind of did not want to go to the liquor store to get wine. I do know that Wegmans has some white wine in there, particularly I think it's Venti is the brand name, but that's a dessert wine, and so it has a very sweet flavor to it, and I wanted something that was more for cooking. Oh, thank you, Lady Tanil. Actually I don't cook as much as I used to anyway. Through the weekdays, Leanne is doing more of the cooking, and I'm cooking a little bit more on the weekends, but being that I'm doing Taste Space now, I am going to try to do quite a bit more posts just throughout, you know, throughout the week or whatnot, just so that I'm building my page.
I can't get water?
You go get a bottle order out the garage. So my white wine is in. I did turn my fire up. You kind of want your fire as high as it can go at this point because you kind of want your wine and your clams to begin to open up. You want your wine to begin to reduce. You want your shrimp to begin to cook. Okay? Dave is in the oven. He's cooking up. He's firming up. Probably still moving just a little bit because at this point I'm imagining that the proteins within Dave are tightening up and it's kind of looking like a little bit like rigor mortis going on in there. Or maybe Dave just, you know, he just ain't gonna go down without a fight. I really don't know. But, you know, he'll be all right. He's in a better place. He's in a better place. So right now I am going to adjust my seasoning just a little bit more. Going to add a little salt. Going to add just a tad bit more pepper. Okay. I am going to add some of my thyme leaves at this point. Some of my thyme leaves. Because thyme is really important to this recipe. It really helps give this that scampi flavor that we're all knowing and love. Another thing that you want to add at this point while you're reducing is you want to add your, Zakai, come finish this water bottle. You want to add your lemon juice. That's like a key component to this. The white wine and that lemon juice is really what comes together to give it its signature flavor. And that thyme. So this is one of these dishes that if you don't have a key component of this dish, just forget about it. You know, make something else. Make something else because you need these ingredients. Okay, you can't do it without them. Can't do it without them. So I pre-cooked my angel hair pasta. So that's already done. So you won't have to witness me cooking pasta as if you don't know how to make it. So one of the reasons why I use the lemon juicer or the lime juicer is to avoid seeds. But I can already see that I have some in here. And you kind of just want to fish them out. Just fish them out because when people bite in those seeds, it is truly an awful flavor. I mean, it ruins like your whole experience of the dish. So at this point, you got your clams, you got your shrimp, they're going on. And what I'm looking for here is just a reduction of the white wine. Looking for a reduction of the white wine. You got your lemon juice in there. And that's really what you want. I'm looking for a reduction of the white wine. Now, previously I mentioned before at one point in time that when you're in the restaurant, you kind of consume your whole caloric intake for the whole day in one sitting. Okay? So if your calorie intake for the day is 2,300 and let's say 2,350 calories per day, it's usually estimated that if you go to a restaurant at one sitting, whether it be lunch, dinner, or breakfast, you're going to consume that whole 2,350 right then and there, okay? So this is why people who eat out more often than not, just, you know, they get a lot bigger than if they had cooked their own food at home, because you're more in control at home about what it is you're putting into your food. You can be more calorie conscious. You can just really take the time to, you know, get your calories right, and, you know, get it all together. But when you go out, it is what it is. If they put potatoes in here and took them out. Now you got the starch of those potatoes. If they decide to thicken this with corn flour instead of reducing it, now you have that corn flour. And if you're allergic, you know that you really don't know what restaurants are doing to your food, which is not to say don't go out and eat, but it's definitely to say that you're just unaware of what it is that they're putting in your body. So that's a concern that many people. So I'm noticing that my clams are beginning to open. Let me show you here. One of our, I don't know if you can see that. Let me show you. So one of our clams has opened. See that? Open. This one is taking, oh, well, no, it's open. That one's still closed. Uh-oh. Still closed quite a bit. Sometimes, oh, there it goes. That one is still closed. And he's right in the thick of the heat. Let me. So that just might be a dud. And he's tightly closed. He might be a dud. This one right here is open. This one is open. So as my white wine and lemon juice is reducing, I'm noticing that my clams are opening. Yeah, so this one is really not opening, so I'm just going to go ahead and get them out of there. I don't know what his problem is. Probably ate something bad. I don't know, had some bad sand or whatever it is clams eat. Had a bad night. Probably, you know, went out with the wrong people. I don't know. Smoked the wrong kelp. You know, got high off the wrong seaweed. I don't know what he did last night. But he not opening it up, which means that he was already dead. So my point about the calories is, this is the butter. This is like, I would say 2 cups. It's actually 3 sticks of butter that I'm going to put in here. And this butter is going to help to build my sauce. Okay? So this is what I'm saying. When you're going out and you're eating at a restaurant, and this is not for a person or a couple of people. This is for, like, you know, 6 people. So that's why I'm going to use that much butter. But even if possibly I was cooking for one person, I would at least use about 1 stick to 1.5 sticks of butter anyway, because that's what's necessary for this type of a dish. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my heat way down to low. Okay? And I'm going to begin to add in my butter. Okay? I'm going to begin to add in my butter on low. The reason why I'm turning my heat down to low is because I don't want to really separate my butter. I want to kind of keep my butter sauce together. Okay? If you cook it too high on too high of a heat, you kind of will break your butter sauce. So what I'm kind of creating here is like a sort of an emulsion, is where you have acid and fat, kind of like salad dressing, how acid and fat come together to give you salad dressing. It's the same concept here, is that the wine has acid, that lemon juice has acid, and I'm adding my fat, which is the butter. And so because I don't want it to break, I don't want it to stay separate, I want them to kind of go together and emulsify and meet each other and just get harmonious.
Motion at your Ring video doorbell.
I'm going to take it off the heat, and then you'll see me at times put it back on the heat as well. Okay? So it's okay if your clams are not like super open, just so long as they have opened, because their opening represents that they have actually died of natural causes, or cooking rather. Versus if they don't open and you force them open, that means more or less that they were already dead, and that's why they didn't respond to the heat. Okay? So if they're dying because of the heat, they're going to open. If they die as a result of anything else, like, you know, just like I said before, they went out with the wrong friends last night, you know, or they got high on the wrong kelp, or, you know, ate the wrong seaweed, you know, some of the plankton kind of wasn't right this season, they caught the flu, or, you know, then they're going to have a small, you know, they're not going to open up because they were already dead. But if you're cooking them and they open up, that represents that they were living. So if they don't open up, just throw it away. Don't throw it away. Don't try to make it right. You know, pop it open yourself and don't do all that. Just throw it out. Everything will be all right. Just throw it away. So, when your butter melts, and your sauce is a thin sauce. Scampi sauce is a thin sauce. Now let me tell you something. When you guys go to Red Lobsters and y'all get shrimp scampi and it come over with all of that oil on it, that's because the sauce is actually broken. The emulsifying that was supposed to happen in the pan did not happen. Let me show you what I mean by emulsify. So your sauce should look like this. It should be one color, and when you do like that, it should still be one color. You see that? How it's all creamy? I don't know. Let me see if y'all can see this. Let me swipe to the left. See if y'all can really see what's going on here.
Motion at your Ring video doorbell.
But I'm cooking for real. You see how that's all one color? And you see how it's creamy? You see how it's not a whole bunch of yellow on the top and like that stuff y'all getting from Red Lobster? That ain't scampi. That ain't nothing but more than shrimp and butter with some seasonings. They probably use some wine seasoning. Probably got some wine solids and wine solid seasoning. And y'all just eating it up, you know, because we don't know no better a lot of times. You know, we don't know no better. We ain't never had no real fine dining. So we go somewhere we think it's right, but it be just as wrong as two left shoes. But this is real scampi. So let me show you what I'm going to do with this scampi at this point. So I do have one last lemon because I used 3. So I'm going to cut that one in half. Cut that lemon in half like that. Let me take you on over here because I got my dish right here where I have my angel hair pasta that was already cooked. And I did pour a little olive oil on it to keep it from sticking. Okay? So what I'm going to do with this is, I'm going to add in my scampi sauce to this. Okay? With all of my seafood. Okay? And look at this. All this garlic and shallot at the bottom. You want to keep that. You want to keep that because see, that helped to build the sauce. You want to keep that. You don't want to forget about this. It's like, you know, how people help you to get to a certain place and once you get there, you just forget all about them. Oh no, we ain't going to forget about these shallots and this garlic. They help to get us where we are today. So we're going to put that in there. Put that in there. We want our clam shells to be on the top because that's a part of our presentation. Our clam shells are going to go on the top. Okay. Then, because Dave is completely done. Dave is done, y'all. He done gave his life so that we might live. Okay? So, what I'm going to do with Dave is I need a spatula. I think I did all right, you know, considering I have a phobia of seafood. I think I did okay. I done took Dave up out of the world. I'm going to put him okay. So I put one side on one side of Dave, and on the other side, I'm going to put the other side of Dave. What's your problem? Dave had to go.
Is that for dinner?
This is for dinner.
Oh, let's go. Dinner Monday. I don't care about you. No. Oh, I care about eating now.
So Dave is in here.
Did you kill him brain dead?
Yeah, I did stab him, but Dave was still moving. That didn't really work for Dave. Dave said, I ain't going out like that.
He said, this,
Dave was moving. Huh?
Lobster.
No, I made some stuffing to put in Dave. And I'm going to put a lemon in Dave's hands.
You definitely getting creative with this. You're getting too creative.
No, this is how you cater. This how you cater. When you people actually cook them food, you go all out and you give them your best because you want them to come back next time, but also at the same time, you don't want folks to get funny with their money.
That look good, Uncle.
Thank you.
Mint or arugula?
No. I wouldn't do that. You don't put no mint on something like this. I'm just garnishing this with some extra thyme leaves. Y'all see that?
Okay,
Thyme leaves. Now arugula, a little arugula salad. Listen, you people, a little arugula salad with some lemon juice and olive oil, black pepper, and salt. Maybe even sea salt. Would have been real nice right on the top of that. He on to something. He knows something. That'd been real nice because arugula has that peppery flavor and it's a nice bitter green. Watercress too. That's another one. Watercress would have been real nice on top of that. So this is the finished product. Let me show you guys. Let me show y'all. I'm talking about. This is the finished product. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that pretty?
Motion at your Ring video doorbell.
And so, that's it. Shrimp scampi or seafood scampi. With stuffed lobster. Look at Dave. Look at Dave. He good. All right. That's the finished product. I'm trying to do better with these shows. It's a lot of work, you guys. The prep is a lot of work. The cooking is a lot of work. But the finished product is so worth it. Look at that. Just beautiful. Just beautiful. Now this is for my family tonight. But if you're interested in something like this, if you would like to be, listen, if you would like to be a co-star on TasteSpace, if you would like to actually participate in the tasting of TasteSpace, inbox me. For a small fee, you could be featured as a taster on TasteSpace. It can happen. It can happen. You willing to pay? And you got to eat what I'm cooking. I mean, you got allergies. I understand that. Some people have allergies. I don't have any allergies. I can eat anything, everything, all things. But if you have allergies, of course, let me know that and you're inboxing me. And we'll choose a day that suits both of our schedule. And as I always say, everything has a taste, but only you can determine its flavor. Peace out.